아프리카 상공을 이동하는 비행기에 몸 상태가 끔찍해 보이는 남자가 있습니다.
Can I help you, sir?
시간이 지날수록 상태는 심각해지고
Is it the new disease?
I don't know. Have you been traveling anywhere?
Caves.
He's choking. He needs a breathing tube. Get me a breathing tube. Something is in the way.
남자가 걸린 병은 치사율이 88%나 되는 필로바이러스. 그로부터 9년 후 전염병 연구소에 박스 하나가 도착하는데
Who would drop a package off looking like that?
Hazelton.
Those research monkey guys?
Yep. Looks like a spleen. I'm guessing from subcutaneous hemorrhaging.
What would cause that?
The virus, a powerful one, wherever this guy came from, it could wipe out the entire colony. But it doesn't spill over to humans.
흔한 원숭이 전염병일 거라 생각했지만
I can barely see anything. SHF doesn't kill cells like this. There's only a few things in the world that could do this.
뭔가 이상함을 느낀 낸시.
User error? Look, I told Hazelton to send us samples if they saw any characteristics of SHF. Random bacteria invaded the culture while you were prepping the flask.
It's been eaten away by something that's far more aggressive. And what if there is something else in there?
A virus like you're suggesting just appears out of nowhere in U.S. soil. I mean...
Well, there's a first time for everything. Well, there's only one way to find out. We'll take it to BL4.
Meanwhile, I'll be here running tests, find out what kind of crap actually got in there.
그녀는 일선에서 물러나 있는 카터 박사에게 전화를 하고
Pick up, please. If I'm right, I'm looking at a filovirus. That means it's out there, uncontained in a building just outside of DC. I'm gonna run some tests, but you're the only one who would know how to handle something like that.
All old messages deleted.
Every pathogen contained in level 4 is deadly and incurable, some of the worst of which are the filoviruses. They spread through bodily fluids. In 1980, a doctor in Nairobi contracted the Marburg filovirus from a patient's vomit.
Which one of you is Captain Orman?
These deadly hot agents
실험 파트너를 구한 낸시는 4단계 실험실로 들어가기 위한 준비를 합니다.
Going into level 4 is like being born. You're stripped down to your bare essence, and you emerge into a strange and hostile environment. Viruses fall apart under the ultraviolet. It smashes their genetic material and makes it impossible for them to replicate. First layer of protection is complete. That's the second layer. Wrap your tape around the cuffling. Level 4 is designed with no sharp corners. We'll be on a buddy system, like scuba diving. No one goes into level 4 alone. You get a tear, I will get you out fast. It's going to seem very claustrophobic. All right, just breathe. Breathe through it. Signs of panic. Okay, let's bring your breathing down a little. Good. Level 4 airlock. All these nozzles, they will decontaminate us on our way out. You need to be straight with me. Welcome to the hot zone. First thing I want to do is get more cultures made.
한편
Hey, did you ever figure out what blew up the Colonel's batch?
I bet you anything, it's Pseudomonas, man. You're talking about 1,000,000 to 1 odds. Wouldn't put too much stock in Nancy's paranoia.
성급한 결론을 내리고 헤이즐턴에 알리는 피터.
For the samples, unfortunately, the cultures for 053 got botched.
So we're talking low survival rate.
Yeah, less than half. Well, we're gonna run some tests tomorrow, but you might want to quarantine the other monkeys from 053's cell.
Mace here.
It looks like SHF.
Simian fever.
Pretty nasty stuff. I'm hoping we don't lose any more.
Hey, smell it.
What?
It's the easiest way to determine if it's Pseudomonas. It smells like grape juice.
So it's not contaminated?
Nothing.
Then what's eating those cells?
see the acetone?
What are we testing for exactly?
Immunofluorescence. The cells I saw in that culture, they were exploded.
What would do that?
Filovirus. Do you know how many people would die on this planet if the leftovers of this freezer ever got released? And there's not a cure on the horizon. Without Dr. Masoki, we wouldn't have Marburg antibodies. I'll start by testing the antisera one at a time. If we hit the virus jackpot, it'll glow green. No glow.
That's good.
No, none of the other options are good.
그녀가 생각한 또 다른 바이러스는
Ebola Zaire. One of the deadliest viruses on Earth. Similar symptoms as Marburg, but instead of killing 30% of its victims, it kills 90.
Hold.
Oh, God.
감염될 수도 있는 충격적인 상황이 벌어지고 급박하게 빠져나가는 낸시.
Ma'am, are you all right? We have a laceration.
다행히 이전에 생긴 상처였지만
The cut was there before, but
I'm observing blood in the powder.
상태를 확인하기 전까지 격리됩니다.
What the hell were you thinking?
we have a duty to warn Hazelton.
Why'd you go in there with a cut?
You can get as angry as you want at me later. Right now, we've got to get to them. And there's a chance that it's Ebola.
It can't be Ebola. Did you see it glow?
I didn't get that far.
강하게 부정하는 피터.
The cells blew up because they were
I already
infected.
told Hazelton that it's simian fever. Literally never before been detected on U.S. soil. Sorry, I'm the only one here who's chased these viruses on the ground.
Look, enough of this crap, okay? Ebola. If this was Ebola, there would be a trail of dead bodies already.
I just need to get back in there.
All your samples were compromised during sterilization.
Until this accident investigation is concluded, you're suspended from level 4.
남편 제리가 찾아오고
You okay? I'm gonna go check in with the lab. See about your tests.
How are these tests coming? You ID any contaminant yet? Not yet.
큰 소리 쳤던 피터는 점점 불안해지는데
When the Ebola virus enters the body, it targets the liver, immune system, and endothelial cells. The first symptoms of infection include headache, fever, and nausea.
다행히 낸시는 감염되지 않았죠.
You know better, Nance. If anything happened to you.
It didn't.
Okay, let's go home.
I can't. Not now. I'm pretty sure of what I saw in there today.
Why does it have to be you? Someone else can do
It's
that.
my duty.
What about your duty to Jamie and Jason and me?
For doing what I signed up for. We're gonna get through this. I can't drop it. Not now. I need to find another monkey to sample.
그녀는 곧장 헤이즐턴을 찾아가고
Well, I quarantined them. They'd have my balls if I let you see them without clearance
Your
from
whole
HQ.
colony is in danger.
You don't think this is simian fever, do you?
We don't have days.
Let me see what I can do. But I'm going to have to meet you off-site.
그는 죽은 원숭이들을 싣고 나오는데
Oh my God, what did you do?
They're double-bagged.
I wanted a little fresh tissue. So
Well, they're fresh, ma'am. They just died today.
they should be in coolers.
Look, I did the best I could.
This is what we're gonna do. You're gonna help me move them to my trunk.
Okay.
You need to follow me.
What? Why?
Because by the time I get back to base, these bags could be soup. We can't have contaminated blood dripping on the highway. You need to stay close and watch for drips.
출근길 정체가 시작된 상황에서
Look.
우려하던 일이 발생합니다.
What are you doing?
You've got engine trouble. Be right back.
급하게 락스를 구해오는데
Oh, officer, I think I got it taken care of.
곧장 4단계 실험실로 향한 낸시.
What the hell are you doing? Wait a sec, is that?
There's a first time for everything. Can you just let me in? Look, I'll take the hit. You don't have to step foot in there.
Not without me. You were right. There weren't any contaminants.
Ebola Zaire.
How many monkeys are infected?
6 that we know of.
And they're all dead?
이제 원숭이들을 처리하는 것이 급선무였죠.
With all due respect, there's no way you're equipped to stop a virus that's never been inside U.S. borders.
I'm just a middle rung on a very tall ladder here. This is a private company with safety regulations.
Does anyone here on this ladder know the first thing about Ebola?
In Africa, people shouldn't eat monkey meat.
Meat is just one means of transmission. Ebola spreads easily through caretakers. This thing has had a 10% survival rate.
This just isn't my call.
Lives are on the line here. Most people crash and bleed out within 8 days. There's no cure, no vaccine.
There's still one monkey left from Cell Age.
그 시각 피터는 익명으로 운영되는 검사소를 찾아가는데
This is the only place you can come where your job, the government can't track down your status.
Perfect. I work somewhere where I think I might have come into contact with. I just need to test my blood, or I need someone to show me how to draw it.
I don't think you've come to the right place.
I don't know, maybe you could show me how to draw my own blood?
What is it that you think that you were exposed to?
Look, can you show me how to take my own blood or not?
You tell anyone, I'll deny it.
Thank you.
제리에게 상황을 전하는 낸시.
Euthanize the last infected monkey, sterilize the room, make sure no virus is still in there.
Let me go instead.
It's just one monkey.
One monkey with Ebola. You know, we both know the person you need.
I've faxed, I've called. He won't pick up the phone.
Well, I can't really blame him.
두 사람은 카터 교수가 이 일의 적임자라 생각했습니다.
Carter, it's me again. Did you get my fax? We're looking at a definite filovirus. This could sweep through DC in a matter of weeks. They won't know what hit them until it's too late.
카터가 에볼라를 발견한 건 1976년.
Dr. Awanda can give us a better report in person. Right up to the disease isn't exactly scientific.
A red flag can be the only way to get people to show up to remote areas like this Yambugu hospital and bring supplies.
당시 그는 로즈 박사와 CDC에서 일하고 있었는데요.
I'd say it's probably some new strain of the flu.
But according to this report by Awanda, this thing moves fast and takes a lot of casualties with it.
We'll get in there, get the IDC, a fresh sample of this thing, and get the hell out. We're looking for Dr. Awanda.
He's not there.
We're from International Disease Control. We brought some extra supplies.
Desperately. Thank you.
We need to speak to the doctor. Have you treated anything?
Did he bring any samples?
He went back to the village alone.
병이 퍼진 마을로 간 의사는 돌아오지 않았죠.
Which river is it?
The Ebola River.
This is not good.
He wants to know who we are.
Tell him we're doctors. Tell him we need to go to the village.
마을은 이미 쑥대밭으로 변해 있었고
You think those soldiers did this?
These people burnt themselves in their village to contain this thing.
대체 무슨 병인지 알아낼 수 없었습니다.
I think I found the doctor.
Hold on. We need samples, please. But it's still out there somewhere. Am I gonna find it?
낸시의 끈질긴 설득 끝에 카터가 찾아오고
What's the contagion radius?
Right now it's confined to one room.
Any human infections?
As far as we know, no one's shown any symptoms.
All workers quarantined.
We don't have the authority.
Nothing ever changes, does it?
차에서 흔적을 발견한 제리는 다른 차로 아이들을 대피시킵니다.
Not feeling well, Bruce?
Just a headache. Can I get the keys to Cell Age? Any change with our monkey?
Still not eating.
Need to do their rounds in that area tonight.
Okay.
Going in that way, you can access Cell H through the first room. Employees don't have access to that entrance. This has to be kept quiet. We'll be going in the back way. There's a boiler room that you can use.
We can suit up in there.
Space suits,
Wrinkles.
Tyvek, and surgical masks.
These monkeys have good aim when they spit, and they aim for the eyes.
Extra risk. I don't like the feel of this place. The whole building. It's rotten.
Because something lives here that isn't monkeys or people.
최소한의 장비만으로 치명적인 바이러스와 마주하는데
Once you open the door, I'll pin it down. You inject it. Ready?
Teeth aren't filed.
한편
Did you get my messages? I paged you.
No, I decided to take a half day. You know, the kids, they wanted to stay all night.
Look, I want to talk to you about the test we ran last week.
You told me to smell it.
There's never been a case of Ebola here. Ever. Virus isn't airborne. Right? I just wanted you to hear it from me.
But you can't tell me that we're 100% in the clear, can you?
No, but we're gonna be fine.
What about Liz, my kids?
Transmitting it that quickly after exposure is next to impossible.
My kids are at school.
Ben, we don't have it. We don't have it. We just need to run daily tests on our blood to prove that we don't have it.
Checking with the infirmary every day?
No, we can do it ourselves.
You haven't told anyone?
Why get everyone all worked up when there's virtually zero chance that we have it?
We don't have a choice, Peter.
They will treat us like lepers. Depression gets so bad in there, they sedate you.
It's part of the job. We can handle it.
Could your kids handle it? Being locked away in solitary like that? They're gonna make us list everyone that we came into contact with. We just have to keep it between us.
벤은 혹시 모를 위험 때문에 아내에게 솔직하게 이야기합니다.
Called Ebola.
The thing from Africa?
It's here, in a research monkey.
You're supposed to be safe in there, all suited up and everything.
I got exposed to it.
It was serious. You'd be quarantined, right?
We didn't tell anyone.
You brought it back here to our home?
There's basically no chance that I have it, okay?
Ben, you have to go back. You need to tell somebody.
First time's always rough. It's a living monster. Go home.
I'll see you tomorrow.
낸시를 보낸 카터는 다시 안으로 들어가는데
Who the hell are you?
Jamie? Jason?
They're not here. I took them to their cousins for the night.
That's a mutual call.
Well, you made your call, I made mine. What was in your trunk, Nance?
I sterilized 3 times over.
I get that what you have to do is important. You have to protect everybody. But all I can do is protect the kids. I'm gonna catch the end of the game.
낸시에게 알리는 카터.
I found a sick monkey in another cell. Who knows how far it's spread?
곧장 윗선을 찾아가지만
Modern day army has never contained an outbreak in U.S. soil like this before. There is no protocol.
지금까진 없었던 초유의 사태였죠.
No protocols? Out of all the agencies that are set up to protect us, why are we not more prepared?
It's never been at our back door before. There's only one reason people do anything in this world. Fear. I mean, going in for the first time. Military hierarchy. It can trick you. Makes you think there's an order to the world.
I told my wife.
You what?
Well, she deserves to know, all right?
No, this is just great. I hope you know she's gonna tell
To keep the kids home from school. But maybe they should come in and we should test their blood too.
It's not like we chugged a bottle of it, waved our hands over it, shoveling monkey crap all day. They don't have it. Do you want to start a panic?
Hey, Walt, and what happened in Cell H? One of my boys called me last night and said there was some man here in full gear. What, you gonna tell me it's still SHF? Bruce?
You feeling okay?
소장은 뒤늦게 털어놓는데
I must have touched 6 dead monkeys in the past 2 days myself.
Don't you bleach everything? Urine, feces, sweat, pretty much anything you touch.
Why in the hell didn't you tell us to take extra precautions?
They told me that they exterminated every cell in that room, every living cell. It's gonna be okay. The Army wouldn't just walk away if there was still a threat. And we don't even know if he has a fever. We'll just get a thermometer.
They're all rectal. We used them on the monkeys.
사육사 한 명이라도 감염된 상태라면 퍼져나가는 건 시간 문제였죠.
Just keep the change.
A worker has a fever. It may have spilled over to humans.
Are there any other symptoms?
We don't know yet.
Did someone call my wife?
We'll notify her. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath.
Be back with the other workers. Do not let them go home.
그때 나타난 로즈 박사.
Travis Rhodes, CDC. I'll be taking it from here.
This isn't a pissing contest. This is insane.
You need to warn the hospital.
I know what precautions to take.
Don't be an idiot.
Don't jump to conclusions. Neither of you are medical doctors and tested the patient's blood.
그는 이 상황이 카터의 호들갑이라 생각했죠.
You know damn well if this is what you say it is, this entire neighborhood would be strewn with bodies.
What do you think the chances are that the worker has it?
Look, this guy cleaned their cages, right? He fed them, comes back positive. It doesn't mean anything.
지금 가장 중요한 건 인간에게 감염됐는지 확인하는 것.
What does Carter think?
Carter thinks this could be the biggest catastrophe in U.S. history.
Look, I know he's the expert and everything, but you gotta protect yourself.
If we don't move in now, it could be too late.
So look, why don't you just go in there and show those guys what they're dealing with?
낸시는 에볼라를 보여주며 위험성을 경고하는데
There is a mortality rate of 90%.
Is it anything like AIDS?
It's easier to contract. Caretakers are usually the first to contract and propagate the virus. With every hour, this disease is incubating and possibly spreading in the Hazleton facility. We need to get in there and euthanize all the animals.
Why not just gas the place?
Well, that would be easier but less humane. We need to take samples to look for a cure.
Colonel, 100% certain your samples contain Ebola Zaire? And start a widespread panic when we don't even have one single confirmed human case.
With all due respect,
You have no experience in the field. The CDC is the global expert on emerging infectious diseases.
What happened with your response to AIDS? 90,000 people died in this country.
Carter.
like it or not, the virus is here.
Darling, you have the results of that sick employee?
There were no viruses detected.
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
It's airborne.
That is entirely unfounded.
It's not entirely unsubstantiated. At DC subway, for example, one sneeze and 1 million hot particles could be dispersed. It can sweep the population before we would have a chance to shut down the city.
그녀가 밀어붙이던 그때
Hazleton's consulting the lawyers. We're stalled until they officially allow access.
Well, we have to move on some plan.
Then you must recognize he'll do whatever it takes to draw attention to that virus.
Well, somebody has to.
He always has an agenda.
I don't know what went on with you two, but I can't afford to let it influence what I do now. Was it your idea?
You think I don't want them cared for? They want me to shut down tonight. All those animals are going to starve to death.
Well, there's other ways to speed it up. Put pressure on them.
그녀가 선택한 방법은 언론의 정보를 흘리는 것.
Why don't you get out of the car? He'd be happy to see you. Well, it sounds like the whole thing might be over. Our part of it, anyway. I heard it's still out of our hands.
I think he leaked the story to the Post. If I were to guess, I think we're heading in tomorrow.
한편 패닉에 빠진 피터가 사라지는데
What do you mean you sniffed it? And you're just telling me this now?
I wanted to tell you earlier, but that's kind of not the point. Okay, Peter is gone.
He's exposed.
I know, but we've been testing ourselves every day, and so far we're both negative.
Okay, so I have to go find him.
Okay, so on days that he bikes in, he usually takes the train part way.
그는 하필 붐비는 여관에 있었죠.
It wasn't his fault. It was all me.
Why'd you run?
I had to get out of there. I had to think for a second.
And risk exposing God knows how many people.
So I just panicked.
Okay, I need you to come back now.
I'm not going to Slammer, Nancy.
Protocol's protocol, Peter, you know that.
Safest thing for me and Ben to sequester ourselves in the lab. Plus, you need us in BL4. There are too many samples coming in.
My husband's been stuck here for 2 days.
But I would be surprised if your husband has anything other than the flu.
I thought they knew what this was.
You tested negative yesterday. I'm sure today will be no different. Thank you.
시간이 지날수록 원숭이들은 더 전염되고 있었고
This is Colonel Jax.
They're dying in there. You said it'd be handled.
I need everyone who's going in to be fully prepared.
It's spreading. Gotta save the good ones.
Frank, you need to stay away from that building.
서둘러 지원자를 모집하는 낸시.
Biohazard level 4 agents will be present in the building. Reason Ebola Zaire is classified as a BL4 agent is that there's no vaccine, no treatment. Our best defense against infection will be each other, the buddy system.
So is it just monkeys or are there people with it, with Ebola?
All monkeys. So far. I need to know any scrapes, open skin of any kind. Anyone whose suit is compromised once inside, and it turns out you are exposed, will be moved to the Slammer for 3 weeks before anyone is cleared to leave. And to make things harder, the animals haven't been fed since yesterday, so they will be aggressive. A nail can rip through a suit. We are facing an enemy that can devastate a city, and you're what's standing between it and the civilians outside those doors.
한편 윗선에선 낸시의 성급한 판단들을 불안해하고
500 primates. You're head of the vet department. The BL4 incident.
If you put me in charge instead of Nancy, she's going to feel like her whole...
Doesn't matter. Nancy's one of the best to ever come through here. But she hitched herself to the wrong horse on this one. Think about your kids, Jerry.
결국 책임자가 제리로 교체됐는데
Was it your idea? I've worked my ass off never to be in this position. And when it happens, it's my own husband? God, Jerry!
I told you how much I didn't want you going in there. For the kids.
This is the day I've been trained for.
상부의 결정을 납득할 수 없었던 낸시.
I'm going in with Jerry.
But they didn't even want you involved. How did you convince them?
Somebody's going to get the monster.
In some twisted way, do you want this to get out, to spread?
Nancy, come on.
Get the CDC, the Pentagon, the nation to wake up? Showing the monster on some white neighbor instead of an African villager.
Did I want this? Without symptoms, people could be spreading it without knowing.
에볼라의 참상을 확인한 과거의 그날.
I mean, how do we even know those people were really sick?
They were sick. You could smell it.
Head office is gonna love this. No blood sample, and the only doctor who knew anything is lying in a pile of ashes.
We figure something out. It may not be exactly by the book.
So we have to stick to IDC procedures, okay?
You find any, you let me know.
마을에 도착하지만 분위기가 달라져 있었죠.
What happened here?
The local soldiers have quarantined the hospital.
Dr. Adogo.
Melinda Damport with International Aid Relief.
No one has been in or out in 2-3 days.
We heard some screams yesterday, but nothing for a few hours now.
Tell him the general sent us.
장군의 이름으로 허락을 받고
Let me take these up for you.
Thank you.
What did he say?
He says we can enter an exit, but he's under orders to shoot anyone else who comes out.
Sister, we went to the village where Dr. Awanda went.
He passed away. The whole village was burned. Where is Sister Monica?
Don't go in there.
병원에 있던 사람들은 손을 쓸 수 없을 정도로 병들어 있었는데요.
Sister Monica.
We're here to help.
Sister Monica?
Oh, Jesus!
There was no way to help her. I'm really sorry. I don't understand. Nobody was sick when we came through here.
He brought the death plague.
Who did?
The schoolmaster, he was very sick.
Who was the next one to get sick?
One of the pregnant ones.
Carter? That first day we were here, they were giving shots to what?
How often do you change needles?
Change them every 1-2 days.
Do you sterilize them?
Of course.
바이러스가 퍼진 이유는 재사용한 주사기 때문이었죠.
Sister, get back on the porch.
One of the victims came for shots with another expectant mother from her village, a Tamboy village.
Call HQ and have them send out a team.
They may already be in the midst of an outbreak.
Our mission was to get a blood sample. We're supposed to turn it over as quick as possible. There could be 100 people infected.
You're right, but we only got a lead on one, and we're following it.
카터는 막무가내로 헬기를 빌리는데
This is insane.
Then don't come.
You don't even know if that woman made it back to her
There's
village.
a deadly virus, and there's an infected person heading for a populated area.
We could be the next victims. What good would that do?
We haven't seen it navigate through a human body from the start. The first symptom, the second.
You've been hunting viruses. The one who could name the next killer disease.
You saw how that virus burnt through that hospital. This is something new.
그는 위험을 무릅쓰며 바이러스에 집착했고
No need for masks. They have to trust us.
Bend down. Put your hands together.
멜린다의 안내를 받아 마을로 들어갑니다.
They want us to share a drink.
It's their custom. We need to respect it.
One of them could have it.
We want access to the woman we drink.
Did you taste bleach in that drink? They're using disinfectant.
Faith Healer must have put her in isolation.
The sickness has entered because of a curse.
What's spiritual about a virus?
Nothing. They know it's a virus, an illness that makes them sick. Someone is given the illness for a reason.
마을 선생님이 촌장을 설득하는데
We need to get out of this place.
We can't leave.
We have to. We go down, these samples don't get back, more people die. All this was for nothing. What is that noise?
선생님은 마을 사람들에게 공격당하고
What happened here?
I let you in the hut. They think you're going to spread the disease. They want to blame someone.
분노와 공포는 점점 커져갔죠.
Panic. Fear. We know what it can make people do.
They were terrified. You could see in their eyes they knew they were gonna die.
Imagining that kind of hysteria in millions of people. I can't let that happen in DC. I've been staring at this guy for a day now, Mel. He doesn't have it.
Do you think maybe it's possible you're pushing back so hard because it's him?
There are two kinds of ventilators, two types of battery.
출발 준비를 하는 제리와 카터.
If we lose power, it may get dark.
Every 10 minutes, do a 360 around your partner. Check constantly for suit breaching. Every 45 minutes is a mandatory break. Okay, it's okay.
Find a new one.
그 시각 우려하던 일이 발생합니다.
Demansky's got it, just verified. They could be exposing their families.
You tested positive?
I'm ready to bump this tug of war up to the top.
Colonel, you haven't stared Ebola in the face.
I did yesterday.
In a monkey. We've got politicians who literally want to brand people who have HIV. Now you cry Ebola, and Tom Brokaw's got a photo of bloody corpses in every home in America tonight. Fear is fear.
We don't have to broadcast it. We can do this quietly. I can have them tested tonight.
접촉자를 찾아가는 낸시.
The blood of Christ.
방역팀은 헤이즐턴으로 출발하는데
Abort. Someone's snooping around.
Someone is on the premises.
This isn't something we wait on. It's been stalled too long already.
Express orders to avoid exposure.
Colonel, do we abort?
No, not yet.
Hi. I'm from the Post. Do you know anything about an outbreak here?
I'm just a night guy. Just keep an eye on the place.
Sure you haven't seen anything?
No, all quiet.
Just nothing in from Reston.
No deliveries yet? Something's off.
방역팀은 해가 뜨고 나서야 헤이즐턴에 도착합니다.
Wasn't someone supposed to close the playground?
It's too late now.
This will be our Sally port here. You come through here once you've deconned out. We're on the radar of the press, and we got neighbors, a lot of eyes on us. So no one comes out of this facility in a suit.
The first team will be sedation. Stationed 1 in every cell until each animal has been removed.
Next, we'll set up the dissection team here. Carter will supervise this room. After we take blood samples, each animal will be brought to the euthanization station.
There'll be a lot of blood, infected blood. Once it hits the air, it can stay active for days. If you need to get out for any reason, we'll get you out.
철저한 준비를 마치고 비장하게 들어가는 방역팀.
Beyond this door is the hot zone. Once you pass into the hot zone, your suits will be contaminated. When you're heading out, after decon, bag them and burn them.
All we have are the emergency lights.
One of them throw that at you? They're using whatever means they have to express distress.
잔뜩 예민해진 원숭이들과 위험한 환경 속에서 작전이 시작됩니다.
Mandatory 15 minutes every 45. First person to the cage will open it, making sure there's no obstruction. Sedated monkeys will be transported to the euthanizing station. Now, we don't know a lot about this virus. If we get samples, maybe we can help us find a cure. We need up to 5 samples from each. When we're done, we triple bag each body. Prepare for incineration.
We bleach every surface. Prime the drains with a couple of gallons. Then every time blood goes down, follow it with another jug.
Easy, easy.
방역팀이 사투를 벌이던 그 시각, 낸시는 사람들의 감염 여부를 확인하고 있었는데요.
I've got one.
I don't like what I'm seeing over here either.
2 new cases.
Christ, we gotta alert Reston.
Gordy, can I have a word? And Janice.
It's the first batch from Reston. Samples from a dozen monkeys.
There's something very different about this Ebola virus.
빠른 시간에 세포를 파괴하는 바이러스가 인간에게는 어떤 반응이 나타날지 알 수 없는 상황.
Could be that nobody's sick because the incubation time is longer, spreading to a lot of people before any symptoms appear. Hey, you're exhausted. Go. I'll clean up.
피터는 쓰러지고 방역팀도 점점 지쳐가는데.
Doesn't look like it's moving much.
No, I don't see it moving. He's getting away! Why the hell did they put you in one cage?
We're gonna need more tags out of the truck. Shut the door! What?
Colonel! One escaped! Cover the exit! You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Is this from a monkey or is that your blood?
Peter! Wake up! You gotta get out of here. Come on. We've got incoming. You okay? Look at me.
I'm okay.
Dixon. We have an escaped monkey. Might be going for the vents. Get up on the roof.
Copy that.
Sarah, get back! We can't let it out. There's houses across the street and a playground.
Just try to get to the rope!
This thing is quick.
Come on!
I can't see it. Yeah, got it.
It's right there!
Look, there's an open vent.
Hey, where is it? I don't know. All I know is a monkey escaped.
Headed for the shaft, southwest side.
Where? Stand down on the roof. We got him.
주택가에 있었던 그곳은 사람들의 눈을 완전히 피할 수 없었는데요. 상처가 난 군인은 격리되고
I was being so careful.
It's okay.
21 days?
Stay present.
I thought this taking out those monkeys, be like a hard day at vet school. It's crazy in there. Heating's all whacked out. Everyone is exhausted. It's messed up.
I'm gonna come back and check up on you every day. But if it gets unbearable in there, I need you to breathe through it, like I taught you.
제리에게 상황을 알린 낸시는
We've got 2 new cases. But we just don't know who had direct exposure through fluids, so...
Okay, we'll be careful.
더 이상 지체되는 걸 두고 볼 수 없었죠.
Sir, permission to join the team in Reston. 91 Tangos are outperforming expectations, but they need relief.
How long have you had a fever?
What about you? How you feeling?
Kind of feels like they keep turning on the AC down here.
I mean, our tests, they came back.
Yeah, they're negative. This thing's acting different. Slow to show symptoms.
I don't know what to believe.
I never should have made you smell it. I'm so sorry.
I know.
특이한 검체를 발견한 카터는 기록을 살펴보는데 원숭이 한 마리가 모자랍니다.
Sir, we've been going at this for 12 hours.
The faster I get through these, the fewer infected animals we're handling.
무리하게 진행하다
Jerry!
쓰러진 제리.
What's going on? Is someone injured?
Colonel's gone down, ma'am.
Jerry, can you hear me?
Colonel, what do we do now?
Tell the team I'm coming in. You're doing the cuts now?
Dr. Carter said we were capable. Something's happening. It's deflating. I can't breathe.
Give me your extra battery pack now.
I forgot to grab a pack.
I need an extra pack in dissecting.
Running out of sedative.
Any team members need a BP-15 battery in dissecting now.
You heard him. Let's go.
You want to save all that air that's in there.
I have to get
Good.
that.
No.
Here it is.
Okay, it's on. Just breathe through it. I want you to decon out.
We got company.
You've got to be kidding.
기자들이 도착하고 낸시는 카터를 찾아가는데
There should have been 9 in the freezer. There's only 8. The manifest from the Philippines said there was 94 animals taken off the plane at Dulles. Only 93 arrived here. There could be a monkey out there spreading a mutating virus across the city.
The Army has no jurisdiction outside this facility. You know who does.
원숭이를 추적하려면 로즈의 도움이 필요했죠.
There's 2 more families infected. Bosa was right. Isolation is the only thing that stops this thing spreading.
How does a virus like this just come out of nowhere?
It wasn't nowhere. There's been viruses in pigs, bats, monkeys for thousands of years. And when you cut down their homes and they die off, the monster's got to hide somewhere.
Monster?
You ever seen anything destroy a body like this? If this thing ever evolves to live in a human longer before it attacks the body, it could spread faster than we could ever keep up with.
병든 임산부가 아이를 출산하던 날
The mother and baby are lost. They're all lost.
Tell her she has to push. You have to push. That's good. That's good.
카터 말대로 둘 다 살아남지 못했는데요.
Listen, they are all gone. We should hear the monkeys, but we hear nothing, as you said. My village has a disease of the body.
Yeah, you can help me save.
You cannot stop it. It's wiser than you or me. Our ancestors have been doing this for generations to keep people away from the disease, keep people apart. It's not human nature. So we wait. Someone will always survive. That's why we are still here. Someone always survives.
로즈는 샘플을 보내는 게 우선이라 생각했지만
Chopper's late. You're late.
It's not coming.
헬기를 돌려보낸 카터.
Bosa opened my eyes. We need to wait until someone pulls through it. They will have antibodies in their plasma. It's the only chance of a cure.
You're gonna get us all killed.
기다림 끝에 생존자가 나타납니다.
Bosa, her fever's coming down. Give her antibodies to others. Maybe find a cure.
You must listen. They will come, cut from every village.
Pay their respect.
They will expect to touch this body. They take disease back to their villages.
I can talk to them.
You have learned nothing in Africa. There is no time. You must help me. I'll have no one to die because of me.
I'm sorry, I can't.
We will end this together. Please, my friend.
카터는 그의 마지막 부탁을 들어주고
What did you do?
로즈는 카터를 이해하지 못했죠.
Pull the antibodies and go home.
It wasn't your place.
He was in pain. He made the choice.
I won't cover this up for you.
Can I help you with something? My night guard called me, woke me up.
Neighbors say the real news is right here. Do you have some kind of outbreak? Eyewitness accounts of people in hazmat suits climbing around on the roof today.
We did have an outbreak. Simian hemorrhagic fever. It's not our first time, and it's not going to be our last, and it's not pretty.
We're good. They're leaving.
The press is gone. We can start rotating brakes now. How many monkeys we have left?
About 300, ma'am.
Let's finish this.
그런데
Who dumped syringes here? Oh my god.
생각지도 못한 문제가 터지는데
It's okay. Just stay right there.
Don't hurt me.
And put your arms out like an airplane. Yeah, good job. Okay.
Lift off.
So this could be spreading to civilians.
I didn't feel there was a need to sound an alarm. Not at this time. If I could redirect your
Is
attention...
there a cure, Dr. Rhodes? Any kind of treatment?
No.
And now you're telling me the CDC hasn't quarantined every single person within a mile of this thing?
You haven't seen a Charlie Foxtrot like this would be. We would have to isolate and evacuate the president, the VP. We could be looking at widespread looting and chaos. Now we're talking martial law. So before all of that gets triggered over a fever, I would like to wait one more day, just to be sure of what we're really dealing with.
로즈를 찾아간 카터는
There's a monkey missing.
원숭이가 들어왔던 공항을 찾아가고
The one you were asking about is in bad shape. How'd the monkey look? Something in the eyes, I guess.
The eyes?
Yeah, they were red. About a dozen died in transit from Manila. But it's okay. We got the new shipment in to replace it.
What new shipment?
From Manila.
같은 지역에서 들어온 또 다른 원숭이들이 텍사스로 가는 걸 막아냅니다.
Hey, Reese, I need some help at cell J.
Yeah, on my way. I'm back, little guy.
Reese, hold still. I got it. Hold it still. Oh my God. Take off. We got it.
Is it torn? Am I infected? No tears. No tears. Good work, Lieutenant. Even breaths.
우여곡절 끝에 방역 작전은 마무리됩니다.
The next few days, this will be the only place on Earth that has nothing living inside of it. Something will find its way back inside. The whole world should know that you put your lives on the line in there. But I'm afraid no one will ever know what you did.
Well, you will.
Well, we got the sick ones out just in time.
A couple more hours, they'd have been on their way across country. You were right. You found your monster this time.
I still think I'm thousands of miles away from finding any real answers. Where did it originate?
But 4 people tested positive for the Ebola virus.
Most likely just had the flu, not Ebola Zaire.
This strain burns through monkeys, but it hasn't been fatal to humans. But if it had been Ebola Zaire, it could have killed countless people in D.C.
Ebola is evolving and strengthening.
The Ebola virus spreads when we show each other love, kindness, affection, when we're most human. We have to stop reacting to virus outbreaks after they flare up and instead plan for it.
We do need stronger surveillance networks, and we need to partner with other countries around the world to stay in front of another outbreak.
My question to you, there is a deadly pathogen coming for us. What are we going to do about it?
These monkey traders, they just dump them here.
The sick ones?
Marburg, HIV, Ebola, all mingling. What do you call this place?
The Isle of Plagues.
It's hell on earth is waiting to get out.
Emerging viruses continue to mutate and survive. The emergence of HIV, Ebola, and any number of hot agents appears to be a natural consequence of humanity encroaching on previously undisturbed environments. As we deforest these viruses' homes, wipe out their reservoir hosts, they need a new one to spill over into us. Viruses have been around for billions of years because they're smart. Believe me when I tell you, this monster will be back again, and we need to be ready.
1989년에 있었던 이 실화 이야기는 전염병 사태의 행동 지침을 마련하는 토대가 된 사건입니다. 자극적인 긴장감은 없었지만 다가오는 위험에 대비하는 긴박한 상황을 보며 다시 한번 전염병에 대해 경각심을 느끼게 해준 드라마였습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다. 구독과 좋아요, 알림 설정 꼭 부탁드리겠습니다.